now in studio for a little bit of perspective on this. Utica College Assistant Professor of Government and Politics, Dr. Dan Tagliarina. Thank you for joining us and getting up so early this morning, but on a historic day.
Yeah.
Because as we've said, this is only the third time that we're going through this process. And a lot of people out there, and news people included, have a lot of questions as to how it works.
Yeah, so we're starting the trial today. So the House impeached the president, which means it moves to the Senate for the trial. That process ceremonially began last week when the articles of impeachment were transferred.
Right.
So the next step is debating the rules. So how the trial will actually go forward. Mitch McConnell revealed his plan. That's what they'll debate and vote on.
Okay. That's what's happening today.
Yes.
So now once we vote on the rules, what happens coming out of that?
So depending on the exact nature of the rules, one of the things that's up for vote is whether they accept everything that the House found as evidence or whether they sort of pick and choose parts of that. In addition, if they will have additional evidence or additional witnesses. So they'll decide what the rules will be, and it's 24 hours of arguments for both sides. And if Mitch McConnell has his way, that's across 2 days for the Democrats and 2 days for the Republicans, which is a lot.
And this is just deciding on the rules.
So this will be the actual debating towards whether the president should be removed. So the rules debate will be today, and then 24 hours of debate on should they remove the president from office.
So as far as the entire process goes, we should see it lasting how long?
Depending on if they have more evidence and more witnesses, it could be they're done arguing on Saturday and by midweek next week taking a vote on whether to remove the president or not. If they choose to call more witnesses or have more evidence, it can go on much longer than that.
Okay, and now, so let's say one way or the other. So let's say the vote goes one way. They choose to remove the president. What happens out of that?
If the president is removed, the vice president would become president and would have to take the oath of office, and then we would move forward with President Pence.
Okay, and the other way?
If he's not removed, what we're left with then is President Trump is still in office, and most likely he'll claim that this is a vindication, and the Democrats will claim that it was never a fair trial, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
But really the process is, it's hard for a lot of us to grasp because it's something that we've only gone through. We were talking during the break about this, and I said, why is it that nobody seems to know how this shakes out and what happens? And your answer was?
This is only the third time for president. There have been other impeachments for other offices, but this is only the third when it comes to the president.
Do you think there's a lot of confusion as well on Capitol Hill just as to how this process goes?
Well, some of the people in the Senate at least were around for Clinton's trial back in the 90s, so they would have some understanding, but everything is going to be different, and it's going to be different every time.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Dan
Thank you
for joining us this morning for insight on this complicated process that, again, our country is only seeing for the third time. So really, you're watching history unfold as this all happens. And NBC, of course, will have a special report on that. Thank you again for joining us today.